A man in Ormond Beach, Florida thought he was about to have the night of his life on the sand when his beach hookup turned into an armed robbery featuring rope bondage, a surprise accomplice, and enough blood to ruin spring break for everyone within eyeshot. This is what happens when Tinder meets a straight-up mugging, and nobody bothered to read the room or maybe any room ever. Our victim flags down deputies around 8:30 at night, absolutely drenched in his own blood, screaming about an attack, and here's where it gets spectacularly stupid. He tells cops he met this 18-year-old woman on the beach earlier that day. They hit it off, and she suggested they meet up later for some quote-unquote fun times by the water. Romantic as hell if you ignore literally every red flag waving in the ocean breeze. So our genius shows up to the rendezvous, she's got rope, he's thinking this is going great, and she starts tying him up right there on the sand like they're filming some low-budget beach porno that nobody asked for. He's bound, he's vulnerable, he's probably rethinking his life choices, and that's when her 24-year-old boyfriend comes sprinting out of the darkness like he's been hiding behind a dune this whole time waiting for his cue. This wasn't a hookup, this was a goddamn ambush with props and a script. The boyfriend immediately tackles our tied-up Romeo, gets him in a chokehold, and starts demanding his shit while the woman who just spent 20 minutes playing sexy rope games is now punching this man directly in his face. Multitasking at its finest. They're both beating the hell out of him. He's bleeding, he's choking, he's realizing he just got catfished by a crime duo who use beach sex as their primary business model, and somehow he manages to break free and run like his life depends on it because, spoiler alert, it absolutely does. He's stumbling down Ocean Shore Boulevard, leaving a trail of blood and broken dreams while his attackers disappear into the night with whatever valuables they grabbed. Deputies find him looking like he went 10 rounds with a blender, take his statement, and immediately start hunting for the dynamic duo of terrible decisions. The woman's name is Alana Cagle, the boyfriend is Wayne Streeter, and they're both facing charges of battery and robbery because apparently using sexual promises to lure victims into violent crime is frowned upon in most jurisdictions. Who knew? The police report notes the victim had visible injuries all over his body, rope burns on his wrists, and probably a lifetime of trust issues he'll be unpacking in therapy for the next decade. Meanwhile, Cagle and Streeter are sitting in county lockup realizing their brilliant plan to monetize beach hookups through assault didn't quite work out the way they sketched it on the back of a Waffle House napkin. The victim's recovering, the suspects are arrested, and somewhere in Florida, a lifeguard is updating the beach safety manual to include a section on not letting strangers tie you up in the dark. This story has everything: premeditated violence, terrible judgment, and proof that sometimes the ocean isn't the most dangerous thing at the beach. The moral here is pretty clear. If someone suggests bondage on a public beach at night and you've known them for approximately 4 hours, maybe just go get tacos instead. Your face will thank you, your dignity will survive, and you won't end up as a case file with the phrase rope and assault in the same sentence. But hey, what do I know? I just report this shit. Speaking of questionable life choices, we've got another story that'll make you question everything. And if you thought that was the peak of human achievement, hold on to your boarding passes because we're about to talk about what happens when Spirit Airlines finally breaks someone's spirit completely. A woman at Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport decided the best response to whatever the hell was happening in her life was to strip down to her underwear and shoes in the middle of gate G12, while fellow passengers sat there wondering if this was included in their ticket price or if they needed to pay extra for the entertainment. It's a Monday morning, the airport's already dealing with building fires and ambulance crashes across town, and now security gets the call that there's a topless woman yelling at gate 12 like she's auditioning for a role nobody wrote. She's pacing around in white underwear, black shoes, and absolutely nothing else. Her entire chest exposed to families trying to get to Orlando, business people questioning their life choices, and at least one guy who's definitely rethinking his Spirit Airlines loyalty. The best part? A man nearby keeps trying to hand her clothes back like he's returning a jacket she dropped, but she's not having it. She's committed to this performance. She's making a statement, and that statement is apparently fuck shirts, fuck pants, and fuck everyone who thought today was going to be a normal travel day. Deputies from the Broward Sheriff's Office roll up, assess the situation, and realize they're now responsible for clothing an adult woman in public because someone's got to do it, and T-Saw sure as hell isn't trained for this. One cop hands her a black t-shirt. She says thank you like she just received coffee at Starbucks, and puts it on without a shred of acknowledgement that 30 seconds ago she was conducting a one-woman strip show at a commercial airport. Passengers are sitting there traumatized. Kids are asking questions their parents can't answer, and somewhere, a Spirit Airlines employee is updating the incident log with a description that's going to sound completely insane to corporate. Now here's the kicker, she wasn't arrested. Not cuffed, not charged, not even given a stern talking to about public decency laws. Instead, she got medical treatment, which is airport code for, we have no idea what the fuck just happened, so let's call it a mental health crisis and move on with our lives. The woman received care, the gate eventually resumed boarding, and everyone involved now has a story they'll be telling at dinner parties for the next decade, except nobody will believe them because it sounds too stupid to be real. But it is real. It happened at Gate 12 on a Monday morning, and the only consequence was a free t-shirt from law enforcement and probably a lifetime ban from Spirit, which honestly might be the medical treatment she needed all along. The internet did what the internet does best and blamed Spirit Airlines for attracting this caliber of customer, which is fair because Spirit's whole business model is, we'll fly you somewhere for $12, but you might witness a felony. One commenter wrote, always those Spirit people with 3 shocked emojis like they're personally scandalized, that budget airlines come with budget behavior. Another said, this is reason 1,327 not to fly Spirit, implying there's an actual numbered list somewhere documenting every meltdown, fistfight, and public nudity incident the carrier has inspired. Fort Lauderdale Airport's seen some shit, but this one's going in the Hall of Fame right next to the woman who got tased on the buttocks at TSA and the guy who showed up to screening already naked because why not streamline the process? At this point, Spirit should just update their boarding announcements to include, please remain clothed throughout your time in our terminal. We know it's hard, but try. The woman's identity was never released. She's presumably somewhere recovering from whatever demon possessed her to disrobe at an airport gate, and the rest of us are left wondering what exactly goes through someone's mind between I'm having a bad day and time to take my shirt off in public. Believe it or not, that actually happened. Leave it in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, because God knows what other insane news I'm going to dig up next time.